If one takes a broad look at American culture and what kinds of characters seem to come out of the culture, one cannot help but judge that their basic archetype is that of the actor. And it may not be the Hollywood actor. There's a secondary level, the snake oil salesman, the secondary actor. Primarily, one, I suppose, would wish to be the star, standing in the limelight and gaining applause. But if one cannot be that particular kind of person, then there is the secondary option, which is to sell something, to sell oneself, to sell a product that one has come up with, and to make people believe in it, no matter what the quality of it actually may be. America is not a nation of intellectuals. There is a certain uh, aspiration by certain people to acquire the aura of an intellectual. And it seems to me that they made attempt to do this by asserting that they have all the facts and you don't have any of them. You have none of the facts. You don't have the facts. I have the facts. You don't. It's not the manner in which intellectual discourse takes place. That's different qualitatively. That's what we may, if we were impolite and obscene, refer to as a pissing contest, because I got them and you don't. But there's no furtherance of any refinement of the debate, except for the mass debate. And there is no consideration that what has been communicated by the other party may have any significance or importance. It's much more a situation of shocking and shaming, which is, of course, anti-intellectual. About as anti-intellectual as it gets. It's the opposite to the openness of spirit that intellectuality properly demands. So if one aims to win an intellectual debate by using tactics that are not in themselves intellectual, one can kid oneself that one has won. And if one has the belief that acting is all that it takes, then that kidding of oneself can go on forever, to the extent that that belief persists, that it's all just an act anyway, that all anybody can do is to act anyway. That kidding of oneself can go on, perhaps indefinitely. But at bottom, a lack of genuine communication will erode the character, leading to a downward spiral into greater and greater narcissistic delusion until the character falls apart altogether, without any content, without any substance, without even any basic facility for communication. There's no other direction than to fall apart, to fall downward. So the deception can only take one so far. Intellectual communication cannot take place without goodwill, without the ability to receive ideas that one had not had before. and without the level of self-criticism that is necessitated in order to overcome one's conditioned reflexes and automatic responses to things that initially seem alien. Without those kinds of characteristics, one cannot have an intellectual discourse, one cannot have intellectual interaction. One can know only what one already knows and then defend oneself against the world, which may think differently and do differently. At core of the American character is that desire to be convincing and the investment of all one's energies into the act, into the process, into the smoothness of disposition that is designed to convince others. And when that doesn't work or it's challenged, then we see the other facets of the being that lie underneath that whole facade. And it may be a very sincere facade. It may be an earnest one that's designed to actually not just appear benevolent, but somehow to be the expression of benevolence. But still beneath that, if you question that whole demeanor, that whole smoothness of behavior, that whole slickness that somehow doesn't communicate anything except itself, that doesn't actually interact, for instance, then you get the other side of things, which is the monster, the demon, the person that never respected you anyway, and you should know that. That kind of attitude, that kind of hostility, and all the undeveloped aspects of the personality that had never been trained or conditioned in any way, except toward the mode of being a better actor. You get those aspects coming out. And those aspects are not pleasant because they are immature and because they are frightened of reality. Without the actor's defense and the actor's mask, there is just the small animal backed against a wall and fighting for its life. Is American culture narcissistic? Yes, it is, but that doesn't mean that its acting masks are not intended to be benevolent. It's just that it's over-reliant on one facet of being, which is acting. And therefore running frightened whenever something else is asked. Why not talk to me? Why not have an intellectual engagement, a discourse, an interaction, a genuine form of communication between two people? For the most part, that's where the limits of the American character are drawn. Cannot do, will not do, don't understand the request, sorry. And don't push it or you'll get the immature child and the monster. The monster combined with the immature child. What is the white African archetype? The bush warrior. That's our archetype. Push us too far and we will go wild. We'll go back into a wilderness state and we'll meet you there. Because we have nothing to fear. in losing ourselves in the wilderness, which is our fundamental home anyway. There's no fear that, oh, I'm exposing an undeveloped part of me. There's no recoil or animal defensiveness. This is real defense, real action, and real animal defense.